Top 15 motorcycles you could buy in 2026. 2026 is officially the best year to buy a motorcycle, and today I'm giving you 15 reasons why. From budget-friendly nakeds that punch way above their price to flagship adventure machines that make crossing continents feel effortless, this list covers everything. I'm counting down the top 15 motorcycles you could buy in 2026. And if you think you already know what's coming, at number 1, I promise you're going to want to stick around to find out. Number 15, the Kawasaki Z500. The Z500 is brand new for 2026, replacing the older Z400, and Kawasaki has wasted no time making it one of the most visually striking entry-level bikes on the market. The engine is a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin shared with the Ninja 500, but it's the sharp Sagome bodywork and triple headlight front face that really grab your attention. This thing looks like a proper street fighter, not a beginner's compromise. It is A2 license legal across Europe, ABS comes as standard across the range, and the SE version gets a full TFT display with smartphone connectivity. The chassis is lightweight, the power delivery is smooth and progressive, and the overall package feels like a real motorcycle rather than a machine that has been artificially restricted. Kawasaki has decades of experience building bikes at this level, and that experience shows in every detail, from the switchgear quality to the way the suspension absorbs real road imperfections without drama. If you are stepping up from a 125 and you want something that looks serious, rides well, and does not cost a fortune, the Z500 is where the search ends, and right above it sits a bike that has been winning over a completely different kind of rider for years. Number 14, the Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 has been the best-selling cruiser in Europe for several consecutive years, and in 2026, it still earns that spot without breaking a sweat. Honda built it around a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin, tuned specifically for low-down torque, wrapped in a compact bobber chassis that weighs far less than anything with this much attitude has any right to. The seat sits low, the slipper clutch makes city traffic manageable, and the LED lighting and gear position indicator give it a modern edge that older-style cruisers simply cannot match. Available special edition versions add upgraded seats, fork gaiters, and a headlight cowl for riders who want even more visual character. What makes the Rebel 500 genuinely special is how wide its appeal is. It is one of the most popular bikes among female riders and urban commuters across Europe, and it works just as well on a relaxed Sunday ride as it does cutting through weekday traffic. Honda's reliability record means you will spend your time riding it rather than worrying about it, and the dealer network across Europe makes ownership completely stress-free. It has held the top spot in the custom segment for years, for a very simple reason: it just delivers exactly what it promises every single time. Now, let's go from low and relaxed to sharp and Italian, because number 13 is one of the most overlooked sport bikes of this year. Number 13, the Aprilia RS 457. The Aprilia RS 457 is the small-capacity sport bike that genuinely surprised everyone when it launched, and it continues to make a strong case for itself in 2026. This is a fully fared machine with MotoGP-inspired aerodynamics and RSV4-style bodywork, built around 457 cubic centimeters parallel twin, producing 47.6 horsepower, right at the A2 limit in Europe. The aluminum frame uses the engine as a stressed member. The suspension is fully preload adjustable at both ends, and the electronics package includes 3 ride modes, 3-level traction control, and dual-channel ABS, with the option to disable the rear for track work. That is a level of specification you simply do not find on other bikes at this capacity and price point, and it sets the RS 457 apart from everything else in the class. On the road, it handles with the precision and communication that Aprilia is known for on their bigger machines, and the brakes inspire genuine confidence under hard, repeated use. If you dream about superbikes but need something A2 legal and realistically affordable right now, the RS457 is the machine that will actually prepare you for that next step, rather than just fill the gap while you wait. And if you want that same performance ambition with more versatility for everyday riding, you're going to love number 12. Number 12, the Suzuki SV7GX. The Suzuki SV7GX is one of the freshest and most interesting additions to the middleweight sports tourer segment, and it deserves far more attention than it currently gets. Built on the bones of the beloved SV650, but evolved significantly for 2026, it slips neatly between the outgoing SV and the V-Strom range, targeting riders who want more comfort and touring ability without giving up the friendly, characterful V-twin personality. The 645 cubic centimeters, 90-degree V-twin engine now benefits from ride-by-wire throttle, traction control, 3 riding modes, a bidirectional quick shifter, and a slipper clutch, pushing output to 72 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. A 17.4-liter fuel tank and claimed economy of around 55 miles per gallon give it a real-world range of approximately 200 miles, while the 795mm seat, compact fairing, adjustable screen, and handguards make longer rides genuinely comfortable. The TFT display adds smartphone connectivity, navigation support, weather updates, and USB-C charging. Suzuki has not reinvented the SV, they have simply evolved it with the touring capability and everyday usability that fans always wanted. If you loved the SV650 but always felt it was missing something for longer trips, this is the bike that was always supposed to exist. Number 11, the Honda CB750 Hornet. The CB750 Hornet became the best-selling 750 cubic centimeter naked in Europe almost immediately after launch, and for 2026 Honda has made it even harder to overlook by adding e-clutch technology to the package. The engine is a 755 cubic centimeter parallel twin with a 270-degree crank producing around 90 horsepower, tuned beautifully for both relaxed city riding and enthusiastic weekend runs. The e-clutch system allows clutchless upshifts and downshifts, while keeping the lever functional for riders who want manual control. It is a genuine game-changer for commuters in heavy traffic and for newer riders who are still building confidence. The whole bike weighs around 191 kilograms, which is impressively lightweight for a 750, and the combination of responsive handling, strong brakes, and adjustable ergonomics makes it work equally well for short commutes and longer weekend rides. It undercuts rivals like the Yamaha MT-09 on price while offering genuinely competitive performance, and Honda's build quality means it will still be running perfectly when many of its competitors have started feeling their age. This is the smart middleweight choice for 2026, and the e-clutch edition makes it smarter still. But if you want that same engine energy with the volume turned all the way up, number 10 is exactly what you have been waiting for. Number 10, the Yamaha MT-09. The MT-9 is one of those motorcycles that makes you question why anyone would need to spend more money. Its 890 cubic centimeter inline triple with a crossplane-inspired 240-degree firing order produces around 117 horsepower. The sound and feel it creates is something no parallel twin or inline four can replicate, characterful, punchy, and completely addictive in the way it builds through the rev range. The 2024 refresh that carries into 2026 brought sharper styling, a more committed riding position, noticeably improved gearbox feel, upgraded Brembo brake hardware, and a full electronic suite with traction control, wheelie control, multiple ride modes, and a quick shifter. The chassis feels lighter than the spec sheet suggests, and the overall combination of performance, character, and real-world usability makes it one of the strongest value propositions in the mid-size naked category. I'll be honest with you, this isn't the right bike if you're just starting out, because the triple engine and playful chassis demand some experience. But for riders who are ready for it, The MT-09 is the kind of machine that makes a Tuesday morning commute feel genuinely exciting. Does it get better than this? Actually, yes, and not in the way you might expect. Number 9. The Kawasaki Ninja 400. The Kawasaki Ninja 400 has been one of the most consistently recommended entry-level sport bikes on the market for years, and in 2026, it still stands as one of the smartest purchases a newer rider can make. The 399 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine produces 49 horsepower through a smooth, progressive power band that rewards both careful beginners and more experienced riders who want to explore the bike's limits. The lightweight frame, well-tuned suspension, and precise steering geometry give it handling that feels genuinely sporty rather than simply adequate. The slipper clutch and standard ABS add a layer of safety that makes fast learning feel less intimidating. What really sets the Ninja 400 apart from other bikes at this level is how it grows with you. It is forgiving when you need it to be, but it never stops being entertaining, which means it stays relevant for far longer than most bikes in its class. The starting price sits around $5,600, which represents outstanding value for what you get, and Kawasaki's reliability reputation means running costs stay low. If you are looking for a first sport bike that will not bore you in 6 months, the Ninja 400 remains the benchmark at this level, and just above it sits a bike that takes the adventure idea and makes it accessible to almost everyone. Number 8. The Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. The Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 is the adventure bike that proves you don't need to spend BMW and KTM money to go exploring. This is a complete redesign of the original, with a new 452 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine producing around 40 horsepower, a new chassis, and new electronics. It delivers nearly double the power of the old bike while remaining light, manageable, and affordable. The Sherpa 450 engine feels punchy and willing across a wide rev range. Selectable ABS and ride-by-wire fueling give it a modern electronic foundation, and the higher spec models add a navigation-capable dash that makes route planning on the road straightforward. On mixed terrain, it behaves more like an agile dual sport than a heavy adventure tourer, which means it genuinely works off-road rather than simply tolerating it. The claimed range of around 280 miles per tank is excellent for a bike of this size, and Royal Enfield has invested significantly in build quality and finish on this generation, so it feels like a proper motorcycle, not a budget compromise. If your idea of a great weekend involves gravel roads, mountain passes, and a bike you are not afraid to drop, the Himalayan 450 is your honest, capable, and affordable partner for all of it. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Number 7. The Yamaha Tenere 700. The Tenere 700 has dominated the middleweight adventure segment since it launched, and the 2025 update carrying into 2026 is the most comprehensive refresh the bike has ever seen. Yamaha keeps the proven 689 cubic centimeters CP2 parallel twin, producing around 72 horsepower and 68 newton-meters of torque, but adds ride-by-wire throttle, selectable power modes, traction control, switchable ABS, and a 6.3-inch TFT display with smartphone connectivity, all without losing the raw, purposeful character that made the original so popular. The chassis runs 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels with long travel suspension, offering around 8.3 inches of wheel travel at the front. That gives it genuine off-road capability that goes well beyond what most adventure bikes at this price can manage. Reviewers consistently highlight the Tenere's balance. It is trail-ready when you need it, comfortable enough for long-distance touring, and approachable enough that it never feels intimidating despite the tall seat and off-road focus. A lower seat variant now makes it accessible to shorter riders, while the rally version serves those who want even more off-road specification. For anyone who wants one motorcycle that genuinely handles everything, commuting, touring, and exploring gravel roads, the Tenere 700 remains one of the most intelligent and satisfying buying decisions you can make in 2026. Number 6. The Triumph Tiger Sport 800. The Triumph Tiger Sport 800 is one of the most exciting new sports tourers to arrive in years, and it immediately raises the bar for what a middleweight touring machine should feel like. Built on the Tiger Sport 660 chassis and powered by a new 798cc inline triple, it inherits the balanced, agile handling that made the smaller Tiger Sport a hit, while adding meaningfully more power, presence, and long-distance ability. The triple engine delivers smooth, usable power across the entire rev range, relaxed and easy when you want to cover miles, and genuinely entertaining when the road gets interesting, and it sounds fantastic while doing it. The suspension strikes a strong balance between comfort and control. The weather protection is effective. Luggage options include panniers and a top box, and the overall package feels complete and considered rather than assembled from compromise. Triumph has not built a proper road-focused sports tourer since the days of the 1050 Sprint, and riders who have been waiting for something like this for years are going to find the Tiger Sport 800 absolutely worth the wait. It is comfortable, it handles brilliantly in both wet and dry conditions, and it carries 2 people and their luggage without complaint. This is Triumph's best bike of the year, and the year has barely started. Is there something in the top 5 that could be even more impressive? There is, starting with a machine that rewrites what flagship adventure means. Number 5. The BMW F900 XR. The BMW F900 XR received its most significant update for 2025, and those changes carry it into 2026 as a considerably more compelling proposition than the bike it replaces. The biggest news is the switch to fully adjustable 45mm forks with 170mm of suspension travel, matched to a fully adjustable monoshock at the rear. And the improvement this delivers in real-world riding is substantial. The updated suspension transforms the XR from a competent middleweight into a genuinely sorted and confidence-inspiring sports tourer that works well on twisty mountain roads and feels stable and comfortable on long motorway runs. The ergonomics have also been updated to create a slightly sportier riding position, and better weather protection makes it more relevant for riders in Northern Europe where conditions are not always cooperative. It sits in a different price bracket to the Tracer 9 GT and competes more directly with the Tracer 7, but the 2025 updates push it noticeably closer to the premium end of the middleweight sports tourer class. If you want BMW quality, reliability, and engineering at a price that does not require a full adventure bike budget, the updated F900 XR makes a very strong case. And now we move into the top 4, where the motorcycles get seriously impressive. Number 4. The Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. The Tracer 9 GT Plus takes the MT-09's brilliant 890 cubic centimeter cross-plane triple, producing between 108 and 115 horsepower depending on spec, and wraps it in everything a serious touring rider actually needs. The fairing provides real wind protection at motorway speeds. The integrated panniers mean zero preparation for a week-long trip, and the semi-active suspension adjusts automatically to road conditions and riding style without any input from the rider. The headline technology on the GT Plus version is radar-assisted adaptive cruise control, which genuinely delivers car-level convenience on a motorcycle without demanding a car-level price. Long-distance road tests covering well over 1,000 miles in just a few days describe the Tracer 9 GT Plus as well-rounded, deeply satisfying, and surprisingly fast when you want it to be. The triple engine does not forget its hooligan roots just because there is a fairing in front of it. The fuel range in typical use exceeds 240 miles per tank. The upright ergonomics keep you fresh on long stints, and the overall package brings sophistication previously reserved for touring bikes costing significantly more. If you are planning a European road trip in 2026 and you want one motorcycle that carves mountain passes in the morning and covers motorway miles in the afternoon, the Tracer 9 GT Plus is the most complete tool available for that job. Number 3. The Ducati Panigale V4S. The 2025 Ducati Panigale V4S is a superbike that has genuinely changed what flagship performance motorcycles are capable of delivering to real-world riders, and it earns its place in the top 3 without any argument. The 1,103 cubic centimeters Desmosedici Stradale V4 produces around 216 horsepower while meeting Euro 5 Plus emission standards, and Ducati has paired that incredible engine with a new double-sided swing arm, a revised frame that is less laterally stiff for better tire feel, and an electronics package built around predictive algorithms that anticipate what the bike is about to do rather than simply reacting after the fact. The Ducati Vehicle Observer System, the latest Öhlins Smart EC 3.0 semi-active suspension, and new Brembo High-Pure calipers combine to create a machine that is not only brutally fast in a straight line, but genuinely easier to ride at the limit than previous Panigale generations. Track testers consistently report improvements in confidence at lean, better tire life, and more stable braking, all of which make this feel less like a machine that demands to be managed and more like one that rewards you for riding well. This is the ultimate halo machine for track enthusiasts and experienced riders who want MotoGP-derived technology in road-legal form. Can anything top it? 2 bikes can, and the first one is a genuine landmark. Number 2, the BMW R1300 GS. The R1300 GS is not simply an updated motorcycle, it is a ground-up redesign of the most iconic adventure platform in the world, and it may be the most significant GS in over a decade. The new 1,300 cubic centimeters air and liquid-cooled boxer twin produces around 145 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. BMW saved around 12 kilograms versus the previous 1250 GS through a comprehensively revised chassis and frame structure, making the bike feel lower, narrower, and noticeably more manageable at low speed while remaining outrageously capable the moment the road becomes interesting. The dynamic suspension adjustment system, with semi-active damping and automatic ride height control, adapts continuously to road surface, speed, and braking input, creating a bike that feels almost intuitively balanced in virtually any situation. Cornering ABS, traction control, multiple riding modes, and radar-based safety systems on higher trim levels represent car-grade electronics integrated at a level no other adventure motorcycle currently matches. Long-term road tests confirm it is capable of genuine sport tourer pace on tarmac and confident crawling through technical off-road sections on smooth, creamy low RPM torque. It is expensive, and the complexity can feel overwhelming for riders coming from smaller machines. But for experienced riders who want a no-compromise flagship that crosses continents and still feels engaging on a Sunday morning, the R1300 GS is still the benchmark. The entire adventure bike world measures itself against, and yet there is one motorcycle in 2026 that earns the top spot, and it might just be the most versatile bike ever made. Number 1. The Honda CB1000 Hornet GT. The Honda CB1000 Hornet GT is Honda's boldest statement in the sports touring segment in years, and everything about it suggests this was built to be a market leader rather than simply a market participant. It takes the Fireblade-derived engine from the CB1000 Hornet Naked and pairs it with semi-active suspension, full sports touring equipment, and a level of real-world versatility that almost no other motorcycle at any price point can genuinely claim to match. It is properly fast when you push it. It is composed and easy at low speeds in city traffic. It is far more agile on a winding road than its touring equipment would lead you to expect, and it carries 2 riders and full luggage on a multi-day tour without a single complaint. What makes the CB1000 GT so compelling is exactly how impossible it is to put into one box. It keeps up with super nakeds on a canyon run without asking you to sacrifice anything, commutes every day with heated grips and real weather protection, and still feels cohesive and purposeful rather than stretched in too many directions at once. The semi-active suspension reads the road continuously without any rider input, delivering confidence across mixed surfaces that feels almost effortless. Honda's engineering here is not about ticking boxes on a spec sheet. Every system serves a clear purpose, and the result is a motorcycle that feels genuinely exciting to ride in every single situation you can put it in. This is Honda, returning to the sports touring segment with a statement the rest of the industry is going to spend years trying to answer. The CB1000 Hornet GT is the #1 motorcycle to buy in 2026, and once you ride one, you'll know exactly why. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.